I have worked in the security industry around the Caribbean for 35 years, and over that time I have seen that thieves definitely do not like the presence of lighting. With rising electricity costs and technology improvements, solar lights are an attractive option for providing security lighting around the exterior of a building. In this video, I will examine some of the solar lights that I use and have used around my home. If after watching this video, you want to see a wider array of solar lights, I have placed a link in the video description. When looking for an inexpensive solar light for home use, the best that I have found is this solar light from Litton. The solar panel is on the top, and then the lights are emitted on 3 sides. And the light can be set to be on all the time. It can be set to be on low power or emitting a low light. And then if someone walks up, a beam from here detects the individual and turns the light onto full power. I have had these around my property for several years, and they have worked continuously without fail. I will come back a bit later and show you the light in a nighttime setting. But let's take a look at how the light can be mounted. It's fairly easy to mount this light. This one has been up for several years and is functioning, mounted right here on a pole. If we take a walk down, I will show you another light, another of the same Litton light, also mounted and up for several years and still functional. This is the Litton solar light in its nighttime setting. I have it on a low power setting, but as you walk and approach the light, you will notice immediately, get within a certain number of feet of the light, it immediately lights up brighter to illuminate the area. This is another of the Litton solar lights that I have had up for several years. It's been up, I think this is the one that's been up the longest. And even though it's been up the longest, what has happened is that it takes, you have to get much closer for the full brightness to come on, but it's still fully functional after several years. One light that I began using a few months ago, and thus far I am very happy with its performance, is this EGA brand solar LED wall light. Comes with a sensor so that it's on low illumination during the course of the night, but if someone walks in front of it, it lights up brightly. Been very happy with its performance to date and with all the features that comes with this light. We're going to go and take a look at the light mounted actually on a wall. This is the EGA light mounted on a wall. Very easy to install. Just 2 screws to put into the wall and the light hangs off of it. That's the solar panel on top and the light emitting diodes below. Fairly simple, fairly easy, and this was very inexpensive. Purchased it in Trinidad for less than $40 US. We'll come back tonight and show you the illumination that the light gives off. This is the EGA light at night. I have it right now set on low level illumination, which helps conserve power and makes it last through the night. However, as any object person gets closer to it, the illumination grows and it gets bright to light up the area. As you can see, even though I have it casting downwards, it lights up a reasonable amount of the yard. As I mentioned earlier, relatively inexpensive light that works very well. While I have bought many of the solar lights locally, some of the lights were bought on the internet. For those who are interested in seeing a variety of solar lights, I have placed a link in the video description. This particular light is a bit different than the others in that it's a two-piece light. As you see here, this is the actual light, whereas here is the solar panel. It's very easy to install. It's just a simple screw-in installation, and there's a cord that connects the solar panel to the actual light. 3 years I've had it, and it has worked very well and continues to work very well, to the point where I have installed a second one. And later on I will show you how it illuminates at night, as it covers a very large area. I had installed this light for illuminating a much larger area within the yard. I've had it now for almost 3 years in operation, and as you can see, it illuminates a significant part of the overall yard. Works very, very well. This is the other of the two-part solar lights, and as you can see, it does a very good job of illuminating, even in an area where I have plants, lots of banana trees, and I can still see between the banana plants thanks to the light from this particular solar light. One solar light that I tried, and I have to say failed, in an outdoor setting is this one. It was intended to be able to illuminate immediately below, and also have two side lights that were adjustable, that you could angle downwards or outwards or across, and that the beam would pick up people coming up close to it. I've classified this light as failing because within a few months of my putting it up, the light just stopped working. I experimented with another one of the same type, and it lasted a bit longer, but then would only work intermittently. So I've classified this particular type of light as a failure. Now that is the light that I wasn't particularly happy with, and I showed earlier in the video. This one of the two that I bought continues to function, but it doesn't give the low power mode, and it only works when someone comes close. In this case, I have to be at least 3 feet away from the light for it to come on. This is another of the all-in-one solar lights that I purchased. It works very well and gives very good illumination. I will show later in the video a nighttime view of it to show you how well it illuminates. The only drawback that I have found with this unit is that it only lasts approximately 8 hours in terms of illuminating the area. So when you're considering that it will get dark by around 6:30 and the sun will not come up until around 5:30, 6 a.m. in the morning, there will be a period of darkness where no illumination is coming from this light. As I mentioned earlier, this light does a reasonable job of providing illumination. As you can see, it lights up the area. My only fault with this light, as I mentioned earlier, is that it only lasts approximately 8 hours. It doesn't give me a full 12 hours of illumination, even on a day when you have full sunlight. This light was purchased at Price Smart. It was one of 2 that we bought as part of a neighborhood project to illuminate a neighborhood park. So we went with a solar light to save the neighborhood the recurring cost of an electricity bill every month. As I said, it was one of two. This one stopped working after a few months, and nothing that we tried could get it to work again. The other light, however, has continued to function, and it has been approximately 3 years that we have installed both lights. Again, I will give you a nighttime view to show you how it works at night. In terms of the illumination that we get from the light that we acquired from PriceSmart, this is what the light looks like at night. And as you can see, it illuminates a reasonable area in the park. It covers quite a good bit of the area, as you can tell from the difference in the grass coloration. So this is what the PriceSmart light that we acquired, this is what it looks like in a nighttime setting.
Where possible, it is to mount the light at a considerable height so that it cannot be interfered with, and the height allows the light to spread illumination over a wider area.
If you like the content, please share this video.